A very wonderful afternoon to fellow Nigerians around the world. I am George Onyibe, and of course, as we have promised, we cannot allow anybody to sell the next generation of our people. Believe me, we understand the precarious situation we have found ourselves. We understand how tedious the job is. But then, we will not fold our hand and let these criminals have their way. This afternoon, I want us to look at the message I simply titled, 3 Major Ways Why Nigerian Cannot Divide. 3 major reasons why Nigerian cannot divide. And 3 major ways we can divide Nigeria. 3 major reasons why Nigerian cannot divide. And then 3 major ways that we can divide Nigeria. You see, these days we are observing those who say they want to divide Nigeria. We're trying to find out the mindset behind their activities. We are assiduously working to see their pattern and modus operandi. And like always, they are very predictable and it is very pathetic. I noticed something lately, early last week, that most Nigerians in South Africa with the South Africans, because they open a platform and all they do there is they claim they are South Africa, but all they do there is to demarket Nigeria. If South African hates Nigeria, they should go and look for where their hate is coming from. Supposedly managed by South Africans, they were lashing out Nigerians. I tried to make some things clear to them. I spent almost 2 hours there. They did not allow me. Because immediately I entered, somebody made a comment on the comment section. He was IPO to see. The anchors of the program already know me. And by the time I've waited almost 2 hours, they did not allow me. I moved on. You see, what they are trying to do is to tell you Nigeria is bad, Nigeria is evil. And amazingly, 80% of the caller in that program claim that they are from Delta. None of them is from Southeast. All of them are from Delta. And they are from Anyoma. And I smile and I laugh at them. If you are a South African, the earlier you understand the problem of Nigeria, the better for all of you. Because our problem started with the Igbo people who say they come from Israel. It is still sustained with the Igbo people who say they come from Israel. And they are doing everything to demarket Nigeria. Not because they want Nigeria to divide. Because they want to get lion's share from what they are making from the minority. None of them, no Nigerian, can come out and tell you categorically, we are tired of Nigeria. Because what they are benefiting from the South, the temptation is high. It's not as if other regions don't have natural resources. They do. But at the moment, all eyes on South, all eyes on Niger Delta. And so the Igbo man who say he come from Israel believe that what he's doing will make the other ethnic group, like the Yoruba and Hausa, to call them and say, okay, since it's like this, we will make you this. But President Ahmed Bola Tinubu have tried in recent time. I think the warlord wife, the widow of Odimegwu Ojukwu, is now in charge of foreign affairs. I'm asking her to use this privilege to address fellow Igbo, the group that say they come from Israel. I'm sure Bianca is from Israel as well, because all of them are Biafra people. And so I just want this privilege, to use this privilege to tell Nigerians, there are 3 major reasons why Nigeria cannot be divided. Number 1, those people who are fighting to divide Nigeria are not doing it through the Constitution. All the senators representing the Southeast who say they want Biafra are not man enough to table this matter before the National Assembly. They are not bold enough to come to the House of Representatives and say, our people want to go. But every year, billions of naira and dollars, even being borrowed by the Nigerian leaders, are pushed into the Southeast from my region. I am from Delta State. I am from Abo. But then, why are they making noise? They say we want referendum. Already they know it is Igbo man who say he come from Israel that removed referendum from Nigerian constitution. His name is Thomas Omonaku Yoronsi. He was the first military president of Nigeria. The first thing he did was to destroy Nigeria that the imperialists left for us. Let's try and be sincere. The Nigerian you see today was not what the British government wanted for us. They allowed us to be based on relationship. It was the first military coup that wrought the foundation of Nigeria that actually gave birth to the creation of the Nigerian you see. And like I have said before now, because Omonaku Yoronsi wanted to control the cocoa from the west, he wanted to control the granite from the north, he wanted to control the palm oil from the east. Above all, his eye was on the oil that was recently discovered in the south-south. And so he said, no more region. He squashed all of us into one Nigeria through military decree. And today he removed referendum. My region as of that time was created through referendum. And then there are certain Cameroon known as Bakassi Peninsula or Southern Cameroon. They are the Anglophone of the Francophone. The question should be, why will a country have two official languages? They were formerly Nigeria. That very constitution that gave them the right to secede from Nigeria was squashed by Igbo man from Israel. And then you see there are a whole lot of things to discuss. If Igbo man from Israel want to leave, demarketing Nigeria is not the way to live. And the more you demarket Nigeria, the decree which was engineered by another Igbo man from Israel will always drag you down. It will always haunt you. I need you to be objective. I need you to be sincere. I need you to view the whole process holistically. There is no problem in Nigeria today that you are going to talk about, you don't see Igbo man. Those ones, most especially, that they say they come from Israel. But the sincere ones are keeping quiet. I do not blame them because when they speak up, their fellow Igbo, the ones that come from Israel, will bring them down. Many of them who know the truth, many of them who have stand against their shenanigans, all of them have been murdered one after the other. So what is the essence of voting people who you ask to represent you on the forefront as far as the Nigerian project is concerned? And yet you are insulting every tribe. You are cursing out everybody. You want to go, you want to go. Go. Follow due process. Nigeria currently may pretend to be a democratic state. Nigeria currently may pretend that they have constitution. But we all know through Abdusalam Abubakar, that decree of Agbo Yoronsi was metamorphosed into a democratic instrument of the law. It's just simple embodiment of decree that governs Nigeria. Who made it possible? Igbo man from Israel. And so you Biafra people that want to go, as far as you do not address this issue of constitutional review, constitutional amendment, national confab, among others, stop deceiving the rest of the world. I pity South African people who are fighting for you. You will destroy their land as you are destroying Nigeria. And so as far as you keep shouting, we want to go, give us Biafra, give us Biafra, we already know the truth. Biafra is not going to come. I dare all of you, I challenge all of you, from the slapping, intimidating, and harassing senator to the one that are there to do kill and divide. I dare all of you, come out and say you want to go on the floor of the Senate. And I'm sure in less than 2 years, you will be the one that say you don't want to go again. I dare you. You see, let it be on record that I was one time a member of IPOB, not just a member. As far as Africa is concerned, I was in charge. Maybe you have forgotten, I was the African rep. All this truth I'm telling you now, I have told you now, I have reviewed to Uchoka from F4 and other members of the DOS or the HOD. But some of them wanted the right thing to be done. But you see this Igbo notion, this Igbo disease, they will even deny the truth just to have their way. And so each time they say, they want to go, we want to go. They really don't want to go anywhere. It's just to get more political relevance. And they will come out and tell you that Nigeria is useless, Nigeria is borrowing money. Why will Nigeria not borrow money? They deceive you and tell you Igbo are the one developing Nigeria. And some of you gullible ones, you believe that Igbo are the one developing Nigeria. Let me digress. You see what you are doing? You are endangering your people. Adamu Farouk, in one audio that was leaked some time ago, said that they will take over the Igbo business. And everything the Igbos are doing, they will teach their people to do that. We cannot forget the speech of Amadou Bello that was rated as hate speech, which said that before now, the North were not awakened to their responsibility, and now they are. And as far as they can see, no Igbo man will be relevant in their region again. Both of these threats or promise are being fulfilled as we speak. You look at almost every community in Nigeria, it's Hausa that is doing Okada. You look at some of this job that it's Igbo people that used to do it, it has been indirectly divided by Hausa and Igbo. And the only thing the Igbo Biafra are doing today is importation and exportation. But let me hint them that over 90% of Benin people are not in Nigeria. This is one truth you people don't know. While other tribes are working hard to have PhD, graduate from the higher institution, the Benin man major target is no matter how poor they are, one person must japa. And so they have so many people in diaspora. And you see in the coming days, that importation and exportation, all of us will get involved. And then we shall know who is building Nigeria and who is not building Nigeria. Because every tribe kept quiet, allowed the Igbo Biafra man to control all our economic space. Now you think that without you, we cannot live. We allow you to leave your region that is barren. You know, we don't say some things because we don't want to offend you. Your region is barren. But we cannot undermine the single fact that there are human capacity. You are not running up and down everywhere because you want to develop us. You are running up and down because you cannot prosper in your place. You develop South Africa, you develop America, you develop India, you develop the whole world. Your place is not developed. Why? Most of you now will have to lodge in hotel, either in Lagos State or in Delta State. And then you will wear bedroom slippers and sneak into your community. And Nigeria is still your problem. Oh. Your unknown gunmen, aka Eastern Security, have been instrumental to killing of more Igbo than has ever been in the history of Nigeria. But Nigeria is your problem. And so my advice is number one, if you actually say you want to divide Nigerian without approaching the floor of the Senate, my brother, you are going to do that for a very long time. You're going to use that avenue to depopulate your people. And then what you are doing is actually waking us up. So all those ones you are jumping up and down, and Yoma is Igbo, and that's another case anyway. Number two, why Nigerian cannot be divided, no matter what you do. We cannot easily forget that to keep Nigeria one is a tax for every Nigerian. But now you want to go, you want to leave Nigeria, and you are everywhere claiming everybody. You become an instrument of instigation. You hit Yoruba and Benin head together. You hit Ishan head and Benin head together. You're trying to destroy Anyoma by turning Eka Osimili, Ndokwa and Anyocha against each other. You're spending so much money. And in the end, Urubu is Igbo. In the end, Ishekiri is Igbo. In the end, Ijo is Igbo. They are now discovering their ancestral route to Igbo land. And sometimes we should be ashamed. Sometimes we should be ashamed. You want to go as Igbo Biafra. We agree according to Genesis 46 that you are the descendant, the third son, or rather the fourth son of God, Nri. Because he's Nri, so you are now Nri. Jesus' cross was written in Nri. You are the descendant of Jesus Christ. We agree. Why is it that those of you who come from Israel move, go back to Israel? I'm sure Netanyahu will be very glad to welcome you people home. After all, Solomon married 700 wives and 300 girlfriends. There is every possibility through Solomon. Some of you are children of Solomon. So why not go there and let us have our peace? And I'm sure not every Igbo people are Israelites. Allow the ones that are not Israel to have peace. And while you are claiming everybody is Igbo just to expand your territory, you easily forget that there are non-Igbo people in the southeast which you have consumed. You want to destroy them. I'm sorry for you. As far as you are doing on this path, expounding and claiming that everybody is now Igbo, you are not going anywhere. You see this Anyoma project, you see this Ikore project, most especially, Ibunya Moro, Ibunya Moyakunureburu, the load that tear basket, that is what you are carrying. My happiness is that by the time this thing you are calling for will begin to play out, you will still be the one to come on social media and begin to cry, oh, they are killing us, oh, they are killing us, oh, they are marginalizing us. Now you are messing all of us up. And it looks to you that you have monopoly, but don't worry. But my advice is, with all this your shenanigans you introduce, Nigeria will not divide. It cannot make Nigeria to divide. There are so many reasons why Nigeria cannot divide. And then let's look at the third one. Nigeria cannot divide because everything you are doing, it's financially induced. It is money that motivates you, nothing more. Ojukwu came out, he did his own Biafra. More than 70% of everybody in the old eastern region, all of them were robbed. And Obafemi Awolowo, in his amalgaminity, in his kindness, gave 20 pounds. When people hear the story of 20 pounds today, it looks like Awolowo is a demon. But that is not the essence of this broadcast. Some of their land were destroyed. Some of their property were claimed. Some of them were even being killed, acquiring their property. People like Obiwale, people like Ken Saro-Wiwa are mortal enemy of the Igbo people today. Why? Because they saw this evil. They pulled back from these Igbo people who say they come from Israel, and they joined the Nigerian troop. Igbo people from Israel did not bother to go and cement the relationship, the grievance these ethnic groups within the old eastern region have for them. It's new to most of them that the central bank of my region, Midwestern region, was robbed by Ojukwu and his men. And all our representatives from a job everywhere, all of them were hunted down. They wanted to use the Midwestern region as a battlefield. They have not made internal move to cement the relationship that are soured already. But they are even doing more. And they're telling you, no, everybody is Igbo. They've not tried. To them, it's money. 90% of the Igbos were robbed. But their lie make their people ignorant. And after Ojukwu was gone, we are all aware of the political imbalance in Nigeria. But we cannot pretend we don't know what gave birth to it. Raphael Owazurike started. And I'm not trying to talk him down, but everything he has done, he claimed he was fighting for Biafra. And you see, after over a decade of fighting for Biafra, he's a multi-millionaire. He now tells Ndi Igbo who to vote for. In fact, in the last presidential election that brought in President Ahmed Bola Tinubu into the current position of the president of Nigeria, Raphael Owazurike actually canvassed for Yahaya Bello. He told the Igbo people who want to leave Nigeria to vote for Yahaya Bello. But he's a multi-millionaire. He have almost a quarter of all the land in Igbo land. And he's highly referenced as Ijele Igbo. And that is because he was able to lead many Igbo to their death in the guise of give us Biafra, give us Biafra. They are not looking for Biafra. Let's continue. And then his boy, Nnamdi Kanu, said Raphael Owazurike is a criminal. And all this gang of criminals trying to divide Nigeria under the pretense of looking for a separate nation, Nnamdi Kanu destroyed all of them. And I'm sure you will not forget about the Bilia human rights in a hurry. And I'm sure you will not forget about the women group of Oud. I'm not sure you will not forget what he did to people like Rita and Ebogo. And I'm sure you will not forget in a hurry what he did to Nyanwodo. Anybody who spoke up and condemned his action, he demonized all of them. And for a while, we thought he was saying the truth. Until money came, we discovered that Nnamdi Kanu is all about money. And most of you see him putting on Fendi attire. You think it's because he loved that cloth. He's a shareholder in that company. There are many paint companies in Abia State, and the Kanu is a shareholder. Are we talking about his multi-million pounds building in the UK? Are we talking about his estate in Kenya, where he was trying to build? Are we talking about the money he stole from IPOB with his auntie Nayanya? Are they telling you that our account in Germany has been shut down? Are we telling you that when it comes to the issue of money, that is the easiest way to have problem with Nnamdi Kanu? And everything he's saying, it's all about money. You see, since his supposed rendition, IPOB has gone down the drain. They cannot sponsor their radio. They cannot sponsor their social media anymore. They virtually cannot do anything. Community app and everything is gone. Why? Because Nnamdi Kanu has seized all the money. And what he's doing now is how he's going to re-cement his relationship with Nigeria. And somewhere along the line, they will leave him. And then he will go to London. Once in a while, he will behave like Sunday Igboho and other criminals that has come before them. Peradventure, they could live in Igbo land. The risk there is that many people he has blackmailed, they are waiting for him to come back to Igbo land. Many unknown gunmen, Lion Heart, Double Dagger, all of them equal saw that he masterminded their killing. They are waiting for him. And so it's just like the devil, between the devil and the deep blue sea. But what am I trying to say? As far as Nnamdi Kanu is concerned, everything about Biafra is being political relevant and money. Simple. And so if you are out there, you want to kill yourself, yes, we want Biafra because Biafra is there, then your African country, Africans, You let them deceive you. Go to your police station. All African country, go to your police station. Go and check the list of criminals, Nigerian criminals in your country. It will amaze you. Everybody have criminal. I'm a criminal. But if you come to my community, we are 100. Maybe me and 3 other persons are the only criminal. Others are born again. And you won't see us rob you. It's very difficult. We rob ourselves. We are robbing Sherwood for record purposes. But you go out and carry this forensic investigation. You are looking at me, South African. Go and check the name. Of course, they know how to metamorphose. They can rob and tell you their name is Yoruba name or Hausa name, just to dent the image of Hausa. But 90% of the crime committed by Nigerians outside Nigeria are the handiwork of these Igbo people who say they come from Israel. I was watching the game they were playing on that South African platform. I pity for South Africa. I pity for all of you. Be playing that game. But the time you will know the truth, you would have soiled your hand in the affair of Nigeria. When Nigeria break, I promise you, South Africa, your life can never remain the same again. You know how much your NTN steal from us on a yearly basis? Do you know your NTN is almost on check? Go and look at the people at the forefront regarding this telecommunication from South Africa. I'm not even talking about GoTV. Go and look at who is using South Africa to rob all of us of our hard earning. And you allow them to use South Africa to talk down on Nigeria. I've just given you 3 reasons why Nigeria cannot be divided. There are many more, but for the purpose of time, let's go to the 3 major ways through which Nigeria can be divided. There is no big deal there. You want to divide Nigeria. You cannot divide Nigeria that is created by lies with lies. Number 1, if you want to divide Nigeria, you cannot divide Nigeria that was created by lies with lies. The moment that lies is confronted, your hypocrisy is exposed. That is the problem of Igbo man today. We were not one Nigeria. The first person to say divide Nigeria was a South man, a Niger Delta man. It was from my region. His name is Isaac Adakaboro. When he saw the injustice, political imbalance, complete emasculation and annihilation of his people, he could not mobilize all of us because of the difference in our dialects. He went with his kingsmen to fight to defend the Ijaw nation. He was arrested by Igbo man. The same Igbo man who 6 months later said they should divide Nigeria. The mysterious death behind Aguiyi-Ironsi's death could be traced by the single fact that he confronted the Igbo people. He was the first person to say, let's divide Nigeria. And in that era, Obafemi Awolowo of blessed memory walked forward. That man was demonized. I used to hate him. And then he saw this shenanigan by these supposed Igbo people who say they come from Israel, and told them, this Nigeria cannot work. These were early hours of independence. I'm telling you, when Nigeria was less than 6 months. This Nigeria cannot work. We are like oil and water that cannot mix. Let everybody go their separate way. If Igbo people have supported it, if Hausa people have supported it, there will be no Nigerian today. You cannot forget in a hurry that we are the most populous African nation. When they tell you 3 major ethnic groups in Nigeria is Hausa Igbo, it's a fraud. And they are still trying to address this issue with the same fraud. And that is why it's not going to work. So let them stop lying. Let them come out and say the truth. We have all been wounded. And then we can tap each other on the shoulder and then we move on. Let me tell you how it works. There was this young man who saw a very committed Christian in the church. But the man is not a Christian. He loved the devotion of this young lady and decided to marry the girl. But the girl has lied to the church that the guy is a good Christian. That was not issue or anything to bother for. And the church arranged the marriage. On their bachelor's eve, or what do they call it? Honeymoon. Both of them lodged a special hotel by their pastor. They needed to have time for themselves. They caused important alcohol. And the man said, okay. The woman went to the fridge. They packed alcohol, everything, put it on the table. And then their pastor knocked on their door just to tell them, bid them farewell. And the girl has opened her beer already and immediately packed all the beer, hid it inside the fridge from the pastor. And the pastor greeted them as holy brother and holy sister and left. But did you know from that day, that marriage ended? That marriage ended because the man did not know that his holy wife takes alcohol. And the man was wondering, if this girl can hide this thing for me all these years, and then this marriage is not safe. That man began to have different thoughts in his mind, and trust was removed from that relationship. And in a very short time, the marriage broke up. That is the lie that made the foundation of Nigeria. Igbo from Biafra manipulated Hausa and used them for the first democratic dispensation. It was against the Yoruba, Hausa and Igbo versus Yoruba. And then when the table turned round, it became a game of Hausa and Yoruba versus Igbo. And each time you as Igbo Biafra man are making noise, you are just like that woman who drink alcohol, but you are pretending. The man does not need to begin to defend and say, well, maybe it was a mistake. The man already knows you are drunk. You cannot be trusted. That is the problem. But the marriage can be sustained if the woman comes up and says, honey, I know what I did. You did not expect it. But believe me, somewhere along the line, I just felt I should try it. Somewhere along the line, accept you are wrong. And maybe promise it will not continue. The man will now have a base through which it will anchor the hope of trust in that relationship. But what do we have here? When they tell you what you did is wrong, you now go on social media with your disinformation, character assassination, blackmail, and the rest of it. Already, the trust issue is there. How can you have your way in situation and circumstance like that? So if you want Nigerian to divide, stop lying. Let those in the National Assembly, like I said, come forward and say, actually, this referendum that was removed from the Constitution was the handwork of one of our Igbo brother, Umonakwe, Thomas Aguironsi. We are also aware that the Igbo coup, we were the one who benefited from it, and many Nigerians are not happy about it. And then we have done this and agree, acknowledge your fault. The Bible says, confess your sin one to another and pray for one another that you may be healed. And that is the only escape way for Nnamdi Kanu. When we confront him with the truth, he blackmailed us. He lied against us. All of you, you powered it. Because in your tiny mind, you think by now I will be ashamed and hide. But I have told you, there is no shame in the womb that gave birth to me. It's not possible for you to do that. And you are still bragging. You are still claiming they hate us. They marginalize us. Even 100 South Africa cannot divide Nigeria. Because Nigeria is a sovereign nation. Know this and have peace. If you like, gather the whole Africa against Nigeria. My brother, it's a sovereign nation. And we must go to the length and the breadth of this nation to divide this nation. Number two, if you want Nigeria to divide, it's very simple. Nnamdi Kanu, that is the savior of Igbo, all of you, leave every region in Nigeria. Leave Sokoto, leave Kano, leave everywhere. Return to your southeast. I tell you, the Igbo man, 70% of you that will live where you are in Nigeria today will not get home. Because your fellow Igbo brother from Israel will be waiting for you to hunt you down. But let's assume I was lying. Since you are this desperate to divide, move away from Nigeria, which I don't have issue with, why don't you people return home? You see, when we were doing Biafra, and then I was arrested by the State Security Department, the DSS, as you all know today, and then having been interrogated, and they said to me, my hands are clean, it's my right to agitate, and so on and so forth. And then the director of the DSS at that time called me and said, I see you are just a sympathizer. You know, he used many words. And he said, you see this Biafra, it's not going to come. He said, you know why it's not going to come? The Igbo leaders are not seeing anything. Then Dr. Alex Ekwime was not dead. He was the one who called us South. And then he said, if somebody like Dr. Alex Ekwime will go to the floor of the United Nations and ask for Nigerian division, he said the world will oblige. Then they, the Hausa, will know that Nigeria is gone. He said, but they are not talking. The same people who are telling you, let us divide Nigeria, they are making you to hate Nigeria, and they are in your village using community money to buy your land. You don't know what they want to do to you. It is a game they are stepping up. And if you don't listen to me and you let them have their way, your children will cry for a very long time. You cannot see River State man going to Imo State to buy land. Because in the first place, they will not sell land for you. If they sell land for you, they will kill you on top of the land. You cannot see Yoruba man going to Enugu to buy land. If any of them has a property in Enugu, I tell you that person must be politically bulletproof. But they are the one going everywhere because they feel they have money. You see that thing now they do. Continue. You are making everybody to hate you. You are making everybody to put eye on you. And what we are about to do, if we are able to pull the shot in the next 3 years, Ochanja market will run down. You see that Aba, that Alioji, all of them will go down. Because we are your market. We don't buy from our people. We buy from you because we trusted you. Now we know that the money we are giving to you is meant to destroy us. And you want us to be giving you that money. Don't worry. Community initiative is ongoing already. And so you're going to buy it to yourself, from yourself, and to yourself. And we are going to buy from ourselves to ourselves and from ourselves. So if you truly want Nigerian to divide, there will be no need of going through the process. Let the Igbo enter Moto and come back to the southeast. And then we will know whether Anyoma is Igbo or not. We will know whether Ikwere is Igbo or not. We will know where is your space. And I tell you, everybody will know that it's over for Nigeria. But why you are saying, hey, we want to go, you are still buying land in my village, Onyoshi. You are still developing, the developer. You're not okay. I want to believe the whole Africans are listening. It's a good thing they are buying land from us. They are not stealing it. And in the coming years, we need to begin to address issue on how landed property are managed in Nigeria. I'm very happy that the Constitution of Nigeria actually acknowledged that all land in Nigeria belong to the federal government. Maybe that is why they are not selling their land. And it is in the hand of the governor to decide who is compensated, who is given land, whatever. But this having been said, we all have landed property building in other people's land. And if for any reason they take their property, we give it to them. We will move on. Somewhere along the line, there will be check and balance. But the people who want to go should move back. Have you seen the Islamic extremists coming to rob body with you? They say they want Islamic State, and they have Zamfara for themselves. They have Boko Haram for themselves. They strictly abide by the terrain they ask for. There is no Boko Haram that is a Christian. There is no Fulani headsman that is a Christian. And it's obvious to us that these people truly want Islamic State. But not until their politicians begin to speak. They will not have that Islamic State. But you see, for you Igbo who is from Biafra, you are head of imam, you are head of pastor, you are head of babalawu, you are head of dibia, you are everywhere, causing problem everywhere, and yet you come out with your dirty stinking mouth and say, Igbo want to go, Igbo want to go. Just move, let there be exodus. Move back to your region. And I'm sure the World Health Organization, and I'm sure the United Nations, among all that humanitarian body globally, will call for help to help you people. When you are making noise, you think when they say, okay, we divide Nigeria, you will be in my village, you are hallucinating. And I'm sure in your tiny brain, you are not thinking all these things. Just do that. As you do that, we will be here telling Nigerians to do what is necessary. British government is not your problem anymore. The imperialists are not our problem anymore. They've done their worst and they have left. And whatever they are doing indirectly through the indirect system, it's our fault. You cannot pay me to kill my father. This is that is not. If you want Nigeria to divide, stop dragging other people. Stop dragging other people now. It's almost a year now. We are fighting. Anyoma is Igbo. Anyoma is not Igbo. Has any Anyoma man come out and tell you that we are Igbo, we want to go? Forget about those Igbo people born in our community. They now speak our language. They now impersonate us, pretending to be speaking for us. Let them continue. Let them continue. Leave other people alone. You that want to go, come out, let's know you. And now I've been able to comprehensively giving you the info on the things you are doing that Nigeria will never divide. And of course, on the things that you will have to be doing so that Nigeria will divide. But until then, we are one Nigeria. You understand the challenges we are going through. We are one Nigeria. And if we want to divide Nigeria, there will be need for a national confab. Because all the money Nigeria have been borrowing with the resources from our land, we're going to talk about how we are going to pay them. All these criminals in the political arena, There are a lot of crime against humanity they've committed against the people of Nigeria. All these things will be discussed. And so it's going to be a process. Stop disturbing Nigeria with your fake Biafra. Stop disturbing Nigeria. You people don't know you are disturbing Nigeria. The government of Tinubu today is going through a difficult time, trying to harness the potential of the Southeast in order to use it for the advantage of the nation. But you people are not letting him do that. And so any day you are doing sit at home, a Yoruba man, an Abo man, an Ikwere man, even your fellow Igbos who are not part of this your criminality cannot travel across the Southeast. They don't have to come to River State and then follow Bayelsa and then follow Delta to go to Lagos. The price becomes so exorbitant. And so those who have to follow the Southeast, they will lose that day. You are destroying the economic prospect of the Southeast. You are frustrating every Nigerian who applied that route to do their business. And you still have the guts to open your basket mouth, your rotten, stinking mouth, and tell us Nigeria is not progressing. You can imagine when South begin to do sit at home. You can imagine when Southwest begin to do sit at home. I need you to think about it. Yoruba people wake up one day and say it is sit at home. I tell you in 1 month that Igbo people don't beg food in Nigeria. And then no, I have never said the truth in my life. Make on they use your brain. No. Just imagine the North say we want to do sit at home. The North Central, the Middle Belt, everybody is doing sit at home. On our mind go carry on. On our mind feel carry on. If on our say we go let on our mind touch ground for this thing we una they do, make it think again. And of course, I have tried to make it clear. It's not all Igbo people that are this criminal, this rotten, this decayed. There is a particular one among them. Just that the sincere one, they are dumb and sometimes they are deaf. They're going to play, they're going to play very good, intellectual, dishonest people. They're going to pretend what their people is doing is the right. Just check the sit at home you are doing in the Southeast. If the Southwest carry out sit at home, I tell you in 1 month, every Igbo person in Nigeria will beg for money. You will beg for food. But understand, those of you South Africans, you have allowed Nigerian to open platform to be talking rubbish. We wanted to divide Nigeria. Niger Delta say divide Nigeria. Igbo man stop am. Yoruba say divide Nigeria. Igbo man stop am. Hausa man say this Nigeria, we no fit consider am like our country. Igbo man talk say they talk political, traditional, and other grammar bigotry. Today now, when the thing no they play in their favor again, now then come they get the loud man. Oh, you got to divide our Nigeria. We want to go. We have brain. We are intelligent. We make money. We do this one. You're living under the shadow of other people. And like I told you, we allow you to control our economic space. We've no issue with you. We've allowed you to lower our value system. We never took it serious. You are dabbling into stealing our heritage. And this is a threat to us as a people. And we will address it. Our culture and tradition remains ours. And so whatever you are doing, we cannot be deceiving our people, thinking we are deceiving our people when we are deceiving ourselves. So let's see who those of them who are on the comment section and see what they have to say. I see Ada we say, I greet you, my sister. I greet you, my sister. I understand the challenge you people are going through. Adachi say, I understand. But then we shall separate these criminals who say they are Igbo people from Israel from among us. You people must be patient with us. Because the chukuchuku we did for eye bulb, now wisdom they use the commota, make them no blind the eye. That is why we are following the pattern we are following. But after we are done with them, their life will never remain the same again. Etumodon, I greet you. I greet you from here. I greet you, Denny. I greet you, Denny. And then the Igbo Biafra, drop your insult. Igbo Biafra, drop your insult if there is any of you here. Maybe, of course, now they cannot have stolen all the money. So they don't have money to buy data again and the rest of it. So if you have access to this broker, share it to other people. Tell them to stop disturbing us. Africans should back up a Nigerian affair. Nigeria has all it takes to sort herself out. We can solve our problem. All those criminals telling you bad about Nigeria, they are the problem of Nigeria. They are the real problem of Nigeria. I'm George Onyibe. and I sign off from here.